Hello guys, welcome to another video in our channel, and today we're going to learn how to use the switch node in n8n. But before we start, don't forget to click on the like button and also subscribe in our channel. Alright? So today guys, we're going to check this sheet here first. We're going to see how it can be used the switch node if you want to send a different email for each one of those clients, these customers, for instance. Like in this case, I have 3 clients and each one of those has a different situation. So missing payment, pending approval, and in progress. So it can be something regarding a small business owner that has to take a look in how are the situation in the projects. Can be something like this. In the n8n, so this is the automation that we're gonna create, and let me just execute workflow so you can check what will happen here. So here we're gonna get rows in sheets. The switch node will work. And now you can see here that I have 3 branches, like missing payments, pending approval email, and in progress. So these branches here will connect with the emails that have here in this sheet. Okay, so let me just show you what is the email that we're gonna receive. So for instance, this is the name of the person. Hi Castro, your project is ready for the next phase. We just need your final sign off on the latest proposal. So this guys, it's regarding this person here. His name is Castro, and his situation is pending approval. Okay. The other example guys is this one here. You can check. So in this case, the invoice is overdue. So hi Vinicius, you notice that the payment for your recent invoice is still outstanding. Please log into your portal to settle the balance so you can continue with your services without interruption. So in this case, is this person here, his name is Vinicius, and is missing payment. The situation is missing payment. And the last one guys, this is the email guys that Maggie will receive. Look, hi Maggie, just a quick note to let you know everything is on track. Our team is currently working on your request and we expect to have another update for you shortly. No action is needed from your side at this time. Thanks for your patience. So guys, you can see here that we're gonna receive a specific email if you have a specific situation. For instance, this person here, Vinicius, is going to have one kind of email, like an email that is regarding missing payments, and like Castro is going to have another kind of email that is missing, that is telling us pending approval. And finally, we're going to have Maggie that will receive a different email because it's in progress. Okay, so each person will receive a different email, and this can be done with Switch. So you can check here that the switch node resembles a lot with if. But if you have only 2 options, like true or false, this switch node you can use 3, 4, 5, 100 options, 100 branches. So you don't have like to use only true or false, like if. You can use a bunch of branches here. You can see that if I open here, I have those 3 routing rules, but you can have other ones. Okay, so let's build this from scratch right now. So I'm gonna open here a new workflow, and to make it easier guys, in this case I'm not gonna have like a automatically trigger. Okay, so the first thing would be to get rows in sheets. So I'm gonna look for Google Sheets, and here I have the option get rows in sheets, this one here. Awesome, my credential is already set it up. I just gonna use this switch information sheet, look for this specifically sheet 1. When I hit execute step, it's going to appear as the information that we just saw. Okay, those information regarding the customers. Great. Now guys, what we have to do is to create the switch node, because the switch node would be the main important thing here, because here we are teaching about the switch node. But with that we could do like 3 routes. So the first route would be missing payments, like here. The first route would be missing payments, the second route pending approval, and the third route in progress. This route will make possible for the automation sends a different email for each one of those cases. So let's add this node here guys. So I'm gonna hit this icon and look for switch. Look what switch can do for us. Root items depends on defined expression or rules. In this case, what would be our expression or rules? In this case, the rules would be those situations here. Okay, those would be the 3 rules that you're gonna use. But remember, you can use how many rules you want in this case, how many rules also. Okay, so in mode here, I'm gonna be leaving rules because I'm just gonna using, like he mentioned here, a matching rule for each output, and not gonna use any expression in this case. Great. And what would be the first routing rule, guys, here? The first one would be to check. The first thing that we need to do is to bring situation here in value 1, and I want to check if this information here is equals to missing payment. So I'm gonna be using missing payment here. Remember that in this case you need to use the same like the same words that use here, okay, to make sure that the routes will work, that this branch will work. Okay, so if you drag the situation here, you're gonna be looking if it's equal to missing payments, and you can rename this output. Let me just execute steps so you can take a look here. Look, here I have one item, but I have like a 0 here, a number 0. Does not make sense. So I'm gonna be go back to Swtich node, and I'm gonna be using this button here. I'm gonna enable this rename output in order for us to insert the output name that we want for this specific route, this specific branch. Alright, so to make it easy for us, I'm gonna be using again missing payments to make clear. And when I hit execute step and I go back to the board, look, missing payment here, you can see. So right now the output name is missing payment instead of 0. So he's gonna create automatically some numbers for you, like 0, 1, 2, and so on and so forth, and you can change this name to make it more sense. Okay, so let's add another route. Let's go click here and add routes, and now we can add the route 2. So let's bring the same things like situation here, and in this case, what is the equal to the value? In this case, I want to check for instance pending approval. So pending approval, it's like that. Let me just take a look. Approval, right? So the same thing. Remember that this, you can even if you are like afraid to lose something, to write something wrong, we can just copy here and paste here to make it easier, right? And once again, I'm gonna be rename output for the same name of the same status, okay, the same situation, right? One more, let's just add another rule that would be the same thing, bring situation, and in this case the last one is in progress. So let's do in progress here and rename this output for in progress. Right, you can use, guys, an other option here that is a fallback output. What is this in this case? It's when nothing of those three options that we inserted happen, is gonna go to that fallback output. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave here so I can show you at the end of the video, okay, and you're gonna understand more. So let me just execute step and look what happened here. I have missing payments 1 item, pending approval 1 item, in progress 1 item. Look what happened when I'm in the n8n. Look, there's a 1 item for each branch. So in this case, is the only thing that we need to do now is to create the step of Gmail for each one of those, because when the automations check the situation here, he's gonna route for that specific branch that is regarding the situation. Okay, so let's start in the missing payments. For instance, I'm gonna click here to add a Gmail, and I'm gonna be use the send a message node. Okay, I'm gonna be use this credential here. Okay, and guys, here in 2, you can leave resource and operational as it is. 2, I'm gonna be bring this email from Swtich. The subject, I will leave you guys here a document that you can just copy and paste. So I'm gonna do the same thing here so we cannot lose more time, right? So here in this case, the subject is overdue invoice for your account. Okay, the email type in this case would be text, and the message I have here, like let's do like hi, and I'm gonna be using expression because I want to use the name of that person. So I'm gonna be dragging name here and drop in this case, and I'm gonna be using this message here that I'm gonna be leaving for you. Okay, so In this case, let me just show you. So hi, name, in this case it's Vinicius. We noticed that the payment for your recent invoice is still outstanding. Please log into your portal to settle the balance so we can continue with your service without interruption. Best regards. Okay guys, the last thing that you need to do right now is to remove that appends n8n attribution, and you can do that when you are clicking Add option. You can hit here append n8n attribution and disable this option, right? If I click here execute step, in this case, let me open this email here so you can take a look. Exactly what we just created. Look, hi Vinicius, you notice that the payment for your recent invoice is still outstanding. Please log in to your portal to settle the balance so we can continue with your services without interruption. Okay guys, that's it. So we're just gonna do now a few things. The first thing, we'll do like a copy and paste of this node, because now I already have working this specific node here of to the missing payments. I'm just gonna be copy and change some things in the other two branches. Okay, so I'm gonna be clicking the space bar here so we can just change the name here. So email for missing payments, and I'm gonna be do some copy and paste and do the connection right now. So the first thing would be use the space bar to, in this case it's page approval, so I'm going to be hitting page approval. Oh sorry, page approval. Do this connection and do this connection for this one, and also change the name. In this case it's in progress, email for in progress. And here, just to be like a pattern, I'm gonna be email to pen approval. Okay, sorry, email for pen approval. All right, so in this case, we're just gonna, right now, we just have to go into one of those two nodes and change like some things. For instance, the subject will not be the same, and I have here the subject that I will be leaving for you guys, okay? So in this case, it's regarding the pending approval. Let your project is awaiting for approval. The name will not change because it's going to be using all the time the one from previous nodes. So I'm just going to remove this and copy this information that I have here. So just to be real quick here, your project is ready for the next phase. We just need your final sign off on the list proposal, right? You don't have to do the disable append n8n attribution because you just copied from the previous one, right? Great. So the last one is this one here. We're gonna also remove the subject and use this subject here, like we are working on it, and change once again the email, which is now this one. Let me just open here so you can take a look. Just a quick note to let you know everything is on track. Our team is currently working on your request, and we expect to have another update for you shortly. No action is needed from your side at this moment. So I'm just letting this person know, in this case it's Maggie, if I'm not wrong, that the project the project that they are working on, it's in progress. Okay, so guys, in this case you're gonna check that in this case everything here is manual, but you can do like remove this and do like a schedule trigger. For instance, it's something that you can do here on a schedule, and let's say that you can use the same, you want to check this, you want to send this email every day at 9 a.m. So you can do here, not in this case, but let me just remove this. You can use this schedule trigger here instead of a manual trigger, right? It's something that you can do. It's not something that I will do right now, but you can do any time that you want, any hour of the day, for instance, every day, every week, and so on and so forth. Alright guys, so if I hit here execute workflow, you can see that everyone will receive this email. Let me just now open for you so you can take a look. Please, let me open first this one here. Your project is awaiting approval. So hi Castro, your project is ready for the next phase. So I'm just gonna remove this. And the next one is this one from Maggie. Look, hi Maggie, just a quick note to let you know everything is on track. You can see there's like a bunch of space because I was just hitting enter, but you can remove all of those space later. Okay, and the last one, let me show you, is this one. overdue invoice for your account. Okay, so in this case, guys, you could check how it works, the switch node, and you can use the workflow schedule trigger and publish this. Remember, don't forget to publish, because you need to if you want this to be automatically every day, for instance. And we are missing on one thing. Remember that I mentioned to you the fallback option is this one here, fallback output. And in this case, guys, we're gonna use this output. So right in that moment, a while ago we just added here, but we need to do something here. We need to change this option from none, because it's default, so nothing will happen, for extra output. Okay, so this would be, you can see that right now we have another option. Look, a fourth option, fallback here. The process here is the flow will go to here to fallback once that none of those those routes are being matched. All right, so if there is nothing like as missing payments, pending approval, or in progress, it's going straight to this fallback option. Like for instance, if I go back to the Google Sheets here, and this person, like for instance Maggie, is not in progress anymore, this person canceled. So let me just insert here cancel, and you're gonna see what happens when I click execute workflow. Look, you can see that I have, look, one item here. Let me just go here, one item here, email for missed payment, one item email for pending approval, none item for progress, and when I go to fallback, there's a one item. Okay, so you can do like this option, this fallback option, when you don't have like a specific category, a specific route for your automation. Okay, so guys, this was it. This was just a quick video to show how to use the switch nodes, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to click on like button, and if you want to learn more about any other automation, use Gmail, you can check one of those videos in the screen that you can see right now. Thank you very much, and I hope I can see you soon. Bye bye.